For better or worse, Nintendo is known for their willingness to innovate on anything, except their franchises. Some experiments have been good, some have been rightfully killed with a rocket launcher. But if you're talking about their triumphs, I'd put these babies right near the top. Ladies and gentlemen, the most eclectic thing the Big N has ever created. And yes, I called the GameCube's wannabe beatnik boppers a success. Think about it. Not a single bad game was made for the DK Bongos, an achievement no other peripheral with multiple titles to its name can boast. Nope! That was never released for the GameCube, it doesn't count. Jungle Beats, on the other hand, does count. To 1200. Over, and over, and over. Jungle Beats doesn't have much of a story. You're shocked, I know. Donkey Kong wants to be king of the jungle, and it's your job to guide him there. Bang right to send him right, bang left to send him not right. Hit both to jump, and clap to send out a shockwave. Or just hit the side of the bongos. Trust me, after a couple kingdoms of your hands starting to turn numb, you'll be thanking me for that tip. And of course, all these inputs have multiple functions based on the situation. Swinging on vines, punching pigs, jumping off walls, punching fish, punching coconuts, punching other monkeys. Jeez, Donkey Kong punches a lot of things in this game. No wonder he went up against Little Mac. There are several nuances to Jungle Beat, the most prominent being the combo system, where you combo several flashy moves together into one Super McVarial 900, collecting as many beats as you can before touching down to terra firma. This sounds like it would only come into play in special circumstances, but in fact, many of the stages are based around chaining together very large and intricate combos, which are absolutely necessary if you plan on getting the 1200 beats needed to unlock all the rewards. Considering that if you get hurt in any way before finishing a combo, you lose all the beats you would have gotten from that combo, this is a lot harder than it first seems on paper. You also lose a small amount of beats anytime you get hit, and if you're hit with no beats, your quest is over. The loss is not so large you'll ever honestly be in danger of dying, but big enough that you'll start to panic over your chances of getting that platinum crest. So like Epic Yarn, the difficulty comes not from the threat of death, but the challenge of not making any mistakes, which, if you think about where Donkey Kong came from, is essentially the same thing he's always been doing. It's incredibly tense, especially when you've amassed a giant combo, knowing that you could lose it all with one bad move. The controls had to be great to keep that kind of experience from devolving into being frustrating. And while you'd think that these drab-dratted drums would make this game needlessly more difficult, that's where the genius comes in. The inputs on the bongos are so simple, they're impossible to screw up. 4 at best. That's only twice the number of buttons on the original NES controller. What I'm trying to say is, it's incredibly simple to understand how to do anything in this game. The trick is being good enough to pull it off. Seriously, look up videos of people who know this game inside out and backwards. You'll be sitting there slack-jawed going, how the f*** would I think to do that? Oh, that's how. Wow, that's some incredible foresight on your part, guys. Good call. Hands down, though. No pun intended. My favorite part of this game is the bosses. Yes, I realize it's the same 4 enemies over and over again with minor pattern alterations, but they're so well done, I can't help but like them. How can I forget bicycle kicking coconuts into Roadhog's face? Or the first time I realized these guys had different death depictions depending on how you delivered the last hit. And you can't tell me you don't feel like a boss yourself when you do this to one of the rival Kongs. There's something that feels incredibly rewarding, hitting these peripheral pieces of plastic percussion to pound them with punches. The feedback is incredible, almost like you're the one directly delivering the damage, matched marvelously by the music. Yeah, surprise, a game based around an instrument has a great soundtrack. Who'd have thought, right? What really makes Jungle Beat special is how unique it is. It literally reminds me of nothing I've ever played. If the Virtual Boy represented Nintendo creativity at its worst, Jungle Beat embodies it at its best. Not only can you still find both the controller and the games for it relatively cheap, but considering the amount of punishment they take, the bongos are tough as rocks. I've gone through repeat playthroughs of both this and Donkey Konga, and they still work like the day I bought them. These suckers are built to last. Just be warned they're not compatible with the Wii, so even though the games themselves will play, the controller ironically won't. There is a new Play Control version, but it's just not the same. So dust the rust off the old purple lunchbox and hop into this runnin', bumpin', jungle jumpin' adventure. God, I love wordplay.